Hello everybody and welcome back to Gardens and Crystals with me, Wesley Peterson, and once again I am in my outdoor terrace garden and I want to make another change out here. I have this boxwood, this boxus that's been in this lovely ceramic pot for about 2 years, and I want to swap it out for another plant that is also evergreen and it's going to be absolutely beautiful in this pot here. Now I had 3 of these boxwoods. I've already swapped one out. Now I want to swap this one out and I want to keep the last one so that I have different plants in all the pots and lots of different examples of lots of different evergreen plants that you can have in your planters outside your apartment or anywhere in a pot. So let me get that plant and show you what I'm going to swap it for. So the plant that I'm going to be planting here is this beautiful plant here. Look at this. Isn't it gorgeous? And it's a really big specimen. This is a mountain bush pine and it's called Pinus Mugo Mughus. Isn't that wonderful? Now this is going to make a beautiful addition out here among all the other evergreen plants, and it stays in this lovely kind of bushy form. It will grow quite big if allowed, but still as a bush and not as a tree. But all you have to do is pinch out the ends when the new candles come out every year, and you'll be able to keep this lovely bushy shape, so that's no problem whatsoever. And I want to keep it low and bushy like this. I really love these plants. I absolutely love them. So I wanted to have this here because I've planted some at Crystal Cottage in the garden. I have 2 more that I'm going to be planting in the garden because I actually got these while I was out raiding the rack, and I got 3. They were put down in price from 500 krona a piece to 50 krona a piece, 50 Swedish krona a piece. Now listen to me, that is a steal, that is a bargain. This was a bargain. 50 Swedish krona for this plant is absolutely gorgeous. You couldn't get a better deal than that. So I'm really going to enjoy putting this into this pot, so I'm going to get on with it now. So the first thing I need to do is get this lovely boxus out of this pot so that I can put the other beautiful pine bush into this pot here. And after 2 years this has come up very easily. It still only has a little tiny root ball, so very easy to move to a new position, and I will be taking it to Crystal Cottage to put out in the garden out there. So that was great. Easy to transplant straight back into a nursery pot for now until I move it on. So this plant hasn't used much of this soil in here again, so I'm just going to loosen it up and then I'll be able to put the new pot in here and lots of new soil around the edge. Because the soil in here is so loose and airy, it tells me that this plant hasn't had any roots come out, it hasn't had much contact with the rest of the soil here. So I will be able to just put the other plant in here, put fresh soil in here, water it in, and then I'll be able to give it plenty of fertilizer as the spring season comes along, and it will do fine in this pot. I can see the pot that it's in is a little bit higher than the amount of soil that's in here, so I just need to take some of the soil out just to make some space. So now I have my beautiful Pinus Mugo Mughus here, and I'm just going to pull it out of its pot. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to show you it's breaking out of its pot already itself. If you look here, the pot is completely broken open all the way around. So this plant is really ready to get out of this pot. Pretty heavy as well. So I hope it's going to come out without much fuss. I'm going to have to cut this out with some scissors first. So I've got my lovely bush out of its pot. I just want to see which way I want to have facing forward here. There are high branches at the back there. And put it in, like that. And actually I got the level absolutely perfect at the top because I don't want to be putting any more soil around the top area of this plant, because it will suffocate it and it will cause it to rot and brown and die. You must make sure that with evergreen plants that you always plant them at the same level as they are in their nursery pot. Always be on the safe side, never pile up stuff around them. It really will not do any good for your plant. I can see the area below the lip of this ceramic pot is wider, and this is fitting near enough perfectly in the top area, so I'm going to have to lift it out, put soil in and try and compact it up around the edges to make sure I get enough soil in the pot. Otherwise there's going to be a big air gap around the edge of this pot here. That's not going to be any good for the plant. So I need to compact this up under the lip so I know there's plenty of soil, fresh new soil for this plant. And then it should slide into the center easily. It's kind of like working with cement but with soil. Cake it up around the edges. If you've got any lips, to make sure you've got the soil in there. It's moist, so it's working out really well, this. Make sure the hole in the middle is still big enough. And now I'm ready to place my plant in again. See if I can push it down. It's too high, too high, too high. Have to take a bit more soil out of the middle of it though. So this pot has decided to be a little bit difficult to work with. Not everything can always be easy. Nice big deep pot, that should be enough now. Yes, absolutely perfect. And now I know that the plant is in. I know there's plenty of soil around the edges, so it's going really well. And that is the repotting of this plant done as well. Now, ideally, I would have had some lovely wood bark that I could have mixed into the soil around the edge, but there wasn't space for it anyway, and this plant is going to be fine with this as it is around here. When I get some more wood chunks, I will cover the top and around the edge with wood chunks so that I make sure that this plant gets enough acidity into the soil. And as I said, I will give it fertilizer and I will keep it as happy as I can. And it should be happy as it is. One thing you need to remember about these evergreen plants is they do need to be kept moist. During the summer months, they need a lot of water because they keep their needles on all year round. And during the winter, I will just give this a watering in, and then that will be it. And I won't water it too much. As it gets colder, it doesn't need that much water in the winter. Every now and again, that's it. Because I'm in a situation here where it's getting a lot of heat radiating from the buildings, and it's surrounded on all sides, as I said, so it doesn't freeze here actually. So these plants are going to be absolutely happy out here like this. So let me take you in for a closer look. So I hope you enjoyed seeing this wonderful plant close up in our outdoor terrace garden here among all the other evergreen plants to give us wintergreen interest all year round. So that's all I have for you for this video. Thank you very much once again for watching Gardens and Crystals with me, Wesley Peterson. Please remember to like, subscribe and hit the bell so you know when my next video will be uploaded, and I will see you again very, very soon. Goodbye.